Greetings, family, and welcome to another edition of KSOL Black Talk Radio, the new black media. This video is about a student who was called a nigger, and he's suspended for striking the bully. African American students are suffering in silence. A school district may face a civil rights lawsuit after a young man that is, a black teen, was suspended for fighting a student who called him a nigger. Blaine Jones, a criminal defense attorney in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, tells reporters that his 15-year-old son received a 3-day suspension from South Fayette High School in McDonald for striking a boy who is known to harass black students. On Wednesday, Jones's son joined his friends at a lunch table where a white male student, had already sat down. The white kid looked up at him and said, "Nigger." Jones tells the reporter, "My son said, 'What did you say to me?' And the kid repeated the word, saying, 'What are you going to do about it?'" Jones showed the reporters text messages from the white boy to his son's friend, in which he called black people monkey. Now, before I continue, I want to make an important point to that designation that white people consistently use when referring to black people. They always refer to the animal, the monkey. What's ironic about that is that they have shown around the world that on the evolution chart, right behind the monkeys, stands the white man. He is the closest to the monkey, and if you want to compare features of a monkey, they say, well, if you look at the monkey's hair, but I say if you remove the hair from the monkey, you will look like a white person. Furthermore, white males tend to have a lot of hair like monkeys. Isn't that something? And the little lips of monkeys, well, you've seen what white people's lips look like minus the collagen. Exactly, you get the point. But I digress. My son put him in a chokehold, says Jones, showing the reporters a cell phone video of the fight that stopped when teachers separated them. "What did you say? What did you call me?" Jones's son said in the video. Well, family, Jones and his wife met with the school principal, who scheduled a Thursday meeting with Kenneth F. Lockett, the superintendent of South Fayette Township School District. Now, family, before I continue, I just want to make sure that you heard what I just said. I said that Jones and his wife met with the school principal, inferring that this young black teen has both parents as support. He has both a mother and a father. For you racist idiots who always think that black people don't have both parents, this is a prime example of this young man who has both his mother and father, just like I do. But I digress. Quote, "Considering that my son was called the N-word last year by another student, for which no action was taken by the school, and this kid's history of harassment, I expected due process for my child," Jones tells the reporters. But they just reiterated language from the handbook about behavior codes. Well, Mr. Jones, you're a criminal defense lawyer. You should know how white supremacy and how racism works. And in this country, that's what they rule by. The I'm white and I say so rule. And they put those little dumb little points in their little booklets and they say, see, this is how they go. Yeah, I know, we know you put it there. We got the picture. You always put your idiocy, you write it down somewhere for all the rest of us to suffer under. But I digress. According to Jones, he asked whether the school would provide diversity training for or to the staff and students. Quote, the room was embarrassingly silent, he says. Well, of course, you are being confident, assertive, direct, and intelligent. White people don't know how to deal with that. Let's face the facts. Here at KSOL, Black Talk Radio, the new black media, we like to do that. So, on Thursday night, Jones learned that both boys were suspended for 3 days. My son should be disciplined for putting his hands on the student, but the school isn't looking at the totality of this. His son, a star student and volleyball player, he's an honor roll student. They didn't mention that, but they do say that in the video, is expected back in class on Monday. A representative of South Fayette Township School District tells the reporters, the safety and well-being of all our students is our number one priority, and we take all incidents that violate our policy seriously. Upon becoming aware of yesterday's incident, our administrator immediately investigated. Based on the findings, both students have been disciplined and are facing the consequences of their actions according to our policies. We cannot discuss the details of the incident or related punishment. Now, family, before I continue, you already know in this system of white supremacy, this racist, dirty, vicious, vile, nasty, vulgar system that operates on a daily basis, it's rotten from the inside out. This system operates on non-equivalencies. In other words, they like to compare apples to oranges. So in the disciplining of both teens, the white teen gets disciplined for 3 days, as well as the victim, the black teen who had to be victimized and terrorized by this little white teen. You notice that the school district, because they don't really have any real policies, just the I'm white and I say so policy, you notice that both of them were disciplined in the same fashion by a 3-day suspension, when in fact the white terrorist who started the incident should have been expelled. So they always give a lopsided result. You notice I didn't say justice because they don't know what justice is. They wouldn't know justice if it spit in their face. They wouldn't know it. But I digress. Well, family, the father wants school administrators to resolve systemic racism that pervades the school. Quote, I have dozens of testimonies from students who have been targets of racism, he says. Quote, bullies are allowed to thrive unchecked, and African American students, black students, are suffering in silence. Family, in this day and age of the white terrorists, the young white male teen terrorist, aka mass shooter, I understand the dilemma that these students are faced with. And I would caution Mr. Jones, because I know you are doing the right thing, just like you know you are. Just be careful. This is KSOL Black Talk Radio. I'm going to show you the video. It has no audio, but I will leave you with the video. If you want, please leave a comment in the comment section. We'll see you in the next video. There's that student handbook, the I'm White and I Say So book. And of course, this is the father. And here's the video where the brother was not having it, and he floored that white boy. And of course, they went after the black man because, well, he was winning. The father is very heavily involved in this. So, of course, the district, it says what it always says. We're investigating, blah, blah, blah. And look, here's some of the racist pictures that the guy, the white boy sent of a black man eating chicken and a monkey. You know, look at this. Who's the bigger monkey? Well, we know the white racist is the bigger monkey. They always are, and they always will be. So lastly, before I go, his son is an honor student who's never been in trouble before. And maybe, just maybe, those white boys who are always jealous, maybe that's why, maybe that's why they felt it necessary to go after this smart black young man. Because after all, they're genetically deficient and jealous of everything about us, the original human beings. Peace out.